Hey, this is Jeff, and welcome back to Starfield. The game warned us at the end of the last episode that our next choice in the Crimson Fleet questline will lock us into either the SysDef or Crimson Fleet ending, and while there's no question which way I'm going, we also have an optional objective to ask Andreja what she thinks. So let's do that.
Did you need something?
Where do you think I should bring Kryx's legacy?
I think you should follow your own conscience, for I cannot be comfortable with either side gaining Kryx's legacy. The Crimson Fleet do not deserve any sort of victory. They are pirate scum, and they always will be. But turning this over to the UC and assisting them in eliminating the Crimson Fleet, that just allows them to sweep this under the rug, erase their mistake. They can continue pretending as though they are morally superior to the rest of the settled systems. Truthfully, I feel like no matter who receives Kryx's legacy, no one really wins.
I agree 100% with everything you just said. If we could walk over to the viewport, drop a few million credits in Phil Hill's lap, and give List the resources it needs to make a difference on a galactic scale, I would do that in a heartbeat. Sadly, the game is forcing me to violate my principle of never choosing between the lesser of two evils, so I'm going with the marginally less murderous bunch, the UC. Some people might say significantly less murderous, but they have an undercurrent of warmongering dystopia that I'm not willing to ignore. That said, no matter how hard I squint and tilt my head, even through my non-archist lens, I can't see any angle where the UC is actually worse than the pirates. And if after we do that, the UC says, screw reparations, we're keeping the money and using it to start another war against the Freestar Collective, I will duly hang my head in shame, admit I was wrong, and see what I can do about taking them down next. Anyway, let's rendezvous with the Vigilance.
Our daring voyage on the oceans of space.
Damn it! They're hitting us hard, sir!
Take out those ships!
If you have the time, I say to speak
Nice!
to
They
you.
just lost their grav drive.
Okay, this is weird. I thought the whole point was that the fleet thought the key was invincible. Why would they attack SysDef en route?
Target's grav drive is down.
Don't know.
One contact lost. They know we're here.
There's no going back now. Report to the operations center immediately.
No, maybe they weren't attacking SysDef per se. They were trying to prevent us from handing over the treasure? That'd make more sense. The money's important to them, but Delgado really wanted to recover Kryx's legacy for the propaganda value. I can see how he'd rather destroy it than let it fall into SysDef's hands. The ironic thing is, if he knew the full story, he'd do everything in his power to bury it. Kryx was betrayed by his own top lieutenant, didn't even go out in a blaze of glory. He died of starvation within sight of the treasure he risked everything to find. Not exactly the kind of thing that'd improve morale. Delgado would take the money and make up some romantic fantasy about what happened to Kryx.
The board is clear. We're docked.
All right, let's go over and see what's up.
I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
Now? This doesn't seem like the best time, but if it's important...
It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
Actually, given this is likely the last mission in the quest line, and Ikande's probably going to send us on a suicide mission, maybe this is the best time. If you need someone to listen, I'm here for you.
Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
You've mentioned the promised before, but you didn't go into detail. That just means people who believe in the Great Serpent in general, not specifically Varun zealots, right?
It describes the people of House Varun. We who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain.
Gotcha. You sound surprised that you could be friends with people who don't share your religion.
Yes, very. It was not what I was expecting. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter, for they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
Yeah. It's never easy losing a friend.
It's not something I have much experience with. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo, and zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
Let's not judge too harshly. There could be a lot of reasons for that. How long has it been?
10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away.
I do understand. If I'd gone back to Vectera immediately after delivering the artifact, Troy and Calvert might still be alive. But if your friends are half as strong as you are, they've gotten by.
I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
Well, that brings up a lot of questions about the relationship between the Zealots and House Varun proper, but don't get distracted. Once again, I think I'm being thrown off by the flirt tag. It just subconsciously makes it seem like it's the less serious option, when the literal text is actually more serious. Yeah, no cold feet. We're going for it this time. I would do anything for you, Andreja.
Thank you. That is... I'm sorry. I am not used to someone being so considerate on my behalf. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
All right, we'll do that as soon as we wrap up this business with the Crimson Fleet, okay?
Damn fleet scouts popped up right when you jumped in.
My
Can't
God.
believe we let one get away.
Is that it? Is that Kryx's legacy? Amazing. Ensign, take this and enter it into the data core analyzer.
I'm on it, sir.
You see, Lieutenant? I told you he wouldn't let us down.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. Encrypted or not, that's quite a lot of money to be carrying around. The temptation must have been excruciating.
Yes, but probably not exactly in the way you think. Anyone on the Vigilance start a pool against me bringing it back?
It just so happens we did. And with all that money you're carrying, can you really blame us? You could have set yourself up for life, but instead, you chose to do the right thing. It's incredible.
Speaking of the encryption, the question is, can you break it?
Of course. I have a team of decryption experts from Galbank itself on standby. If they can't decrypt that currency, no one can.
I wasn't lying when I said that we had every contingency completely covered.
I still find it hard to believe that Galbank lost the keys. They have records of ships they lost going back 150 years and keep them under armed guard. Or maybe they do still have the keys and they'd just rather not hand them over to you if they don't have to. Understandable. Anyway, the data core was tempting, but not in the way she thinks. I did want to do the right thing. I just wasn't sure that turning them over to SysDef was the right thing. And I'm still not, but let's go with that.
Well, you came through.
Now, on to other more pressing matters.
We received confirmation that the fleet ships were scouts sent to probe our defenses. Unfortunately, one of them jumped away before you arrived.
Which means that Delgado will have the Crimson Fleet prepping defenses of its own.
There is little time then. Decisive action must be taken.
Ikande's like, who is this? What, is she the third unauthorized civilian I've brought into their command center? Lynn, Heller, and Andreja, yeah. Anyway, the whole reason Delgado's obsessed with the legacy is he thinks the fleet will fall apart without it. Wouldn't it be poetic justice to simply let them die a slow death like Kryx himself?
No, we can't afford to wait it out. Now that they've lost their prize, they'll act more desperately than ever to survive.
They'll increase their attacks on helpless vessels and unarmed colonies. We would have a potential bloodbath on our hands. The only solution is to enact our plan and hit them now.
Lieutenant, if you wouldn't mind explaining our strategy.
Yes, sir. The Vigilance is equipped with the latest in hyper-resistant shielding, making it the only ship that can safely approach the key. The catch is that the key has access to 3 orbital defensive batteries that can fire electromagnetic energy. One hit, and we lose those fancy shields. Our mission is to take out those batteries. In fact, I'll be personally leading the assault on Battery Alpha. I need you to be my support.
But you won't be alone. This is where all your hard work gathering evidence pays off.
Based on what we sent them, the leadership at MAST granted us an additional squadron. I've dispatched those ships to Battery Gamma. After we take out Alpha and Beta ourselves, we'll move to assist them.
Ideally, we'd have enough to take on all 3 at once. But this will have to do.
We've also given you a call sign, Renegade, to help coordinate our movements during the attack.
Once those batteries are destroyed, you board the key and bring Delgado to justice. If you won't come quietly, you do what you have to do.
Does that imply that if we'd found more evidence, he could have talked MAST into sending more ships? Well, either way, some is better than none. You seriously think Delgado will surrender?
No, I don't.
Gotcha. Consider it done.
I knew we could count on your support. Well, this is it. After years of planning, it all comes down to this moment. All my hopes and my best wishes go with you. Good luck.
Speaking of evidence, we found some on the Legacy.
If you have any last-minute questions, now's the time.
And we can turn it in. Better late than never.
Excellent. Let me have it, and I'll upload it to our database.
This recording I pulled from the Legacy should close the books on Jasper Kryx.
Wow. That's a hell of a story. I still can't believe Kryx ended up being marooned on the Legacy. All that wealth, and the only thing he could do was stare at it. Can you imagine? I almost feel bad for him. It must have driven the guy crazy. That it?
That's it.
Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it.
Will do. See ya.
Don't worry. We'll be laughing about this over drinks when you get back.
Shouldn't you be heading back to your ship?
Jeez, I'm going.
All right, Alpha Squad. Follow
You just try and stop me.
Take out that battery.
Where is said battery? Won't let me lock on. Is that it at the back?
This one's mine!
I can't see.
Full thrusters! Get those pirates off the renegade!
Yeah, that's it.
Not good. Lost the grab drive.
I think we flew right into the beam from the battery, which is powerful enough to take down capital ships. Let's try that again.
Will you do funny voices for the characters? Like you used to when I was little?
You just try and stop me.
Maybe don't fly straight down its throat this time?
Who needs shields, right? We just won't get hit.
Ha! Got him! Target's grab drive is offline. Nice work.
Keep those pirates off the Lieutenant 6! Ah, weapons are busted! God damn it!
Oh, it's trying to lock onto us again. Get out of here. So would they be even worse if we hadn't cut off Jazz's source of parts?
Damn fleet are everywhere!
Don't know.
Grab is offline!
But we've got it now.
Evasive maneuvers. Avoid that
Damn it! They cut the battery!
Battery's out, but we still got bogeys.
Roger that.
Ah!
Take out those fleet ships, now!
I'm working on it. Just don't want any friendly fire incidents.
Let's do this!
I'm not gonna shoot until there. Once the computer's at least trying to get a lock, which is obviously no guarantee. We had a lock when we hit the free starship that started the whole crew morale fiasco, but it's better than firing blind into a scrum.
Can't believe you fighting for the other side, Rook!
Well, that's Delgado.
Stay in formation. Keep those targets in sight.
Surely he's not on one of these ships.
The grav drive's down.
Or die!
He'd be commanding the battle from the key, right?
We are losing.
One down, 2 to go. Other squads report heavy fire. Let's move to assist. All ships jump to beta. Renegade, on your mark.
Okay, but where is it?
Move in! Put some fire on beta!
I guess they're spaced this far apart so enemies can't sneak up on them from behind the
You didn't use
planet.
your little engine, did you?
It's better than trying to dodge 3 of them at once.
Just give up!
And we got a lock on this one right away.
Someone get this pirate off me! You're not getting away from me!
Enemy grav drive out. Guess you weren't needing your shields, right?
That takes care of beta. But let's clean up these stragglers.
Still a lot of red.
Abort! You've already lost!
Grav in critical condition.
You bastard! I'm gonna deliver you to Delgado myself!
Target's jump system down.
Is that it, Rook? You're gonna have to hit me harder, you piece of shit!
That was a pretty shot at their grav drive.
This one's mine!
Big talk from a level 2 ship.
No!
Let's clip those wings.
You took out that jump drive.
Running anyway. Beta's down. Last battery is still active. All ships jump to battery gamma. Go!
Probably wishful thinking, but maybe the bonus squadron mast scent will have taken care of it by the time we get there.
One more. Focus, Renegade. You can do this.
They have not.
Enemies minus 1 grav drive.
Doesn't even look like they thinned out the supporting ships that much. Or maybe they did, and there'd be twice as many if we hadn't turned in any evidence at all. So how much evidence did we miss? I thought we were pretty thorough.
Gamma's down, but we still got fleet surrounding the battery. Let's end this.
I almost certainly missed one on Juan's ship, but I can't think of anywhere else I didn't search. And while we heard what sounded like the end of Toft's backstory, the comments said she gives you a reward if you turn in enough, and that didn't happen.
Took out their grav drive.
Slow down. Don't overshoot. There we go. I mean, she gives you a few thousand credits for every slate, but I think they meant she gives you something special when you get to a threshold number.
They got
Enemies
no
minus
shields.
1 grav drive.
Go get them.
And like I said at the time, she told us about her life right up to joining SysDef, but maybe there's some epilogue if you turn in even more. Dunno.
We're clear! All batteries disabled. Nice flying. All ships, follow Renegade to the predetermined rendezvous point at the key.
Where Ikande said we're supposed to board and kill Delgado, but surely they didn't leave it undefended.
Wait, something's wrong. Where's the damn Vigilance?
Lose something, Toft? Ava's dealing with your flagship as we speak. I wouldn't expect backup anytime soon. Gives me plenty of time to blow your ships out of the void. All right, fleet. Triple share to whoever takes the traitor down.
All ships, defensive formations.
This ain't over.
They did not leave it undefended. Can we just blow it up?
Come on!
Apparently not. It should be pretty clear by now that Captain Jeff is not the kind of person who needs to look him in the eye and give him a speech. If they need to die, just do it.
Rocks down. Do or die.
Nowhere to run now.
Enemy's shield
Grav
through
drive
his
out.
pride.
But I'm guessing that's what we'll be doing anyway.
Fine.
Grav drive's down. Not like I was gonna leave anyway.
Who's Alex Vong?
Damn traitor! I'm gonna enjoy killing you!
Shit! They got the engines!
Alex Vong is not ringing a bell. Maybe we'd have met him if we did some of their side quests? Whoever he was, he's dead now. Oh, Jade Swan, though. That's Swan's ship. Apparently she wasn't a double agent. Oh, I bet we'd have found more evidence if we did the side quests, too. But, like, the one for Bog was deep inside House Varun
Our grav
space.
jump system's fried, Captain.
And it was a level 70 planet or something, so... photo mode and repair being on the same key is still annoying. Depends on whether or not you have the scanner up.
Dad, can I have a pet?
A pet? We live on a starship, Cora, and pets and starships don't always mix so well.
Aw, come on, please. I need somebody to talk to while I'm on the ship by myself.
Give him an inch. We'll see, Gumdrop.
You know, on the top 5 list of Captain Jeff's character flaws, bringing a kid on missions like this probably takes up all 5 slots. Maybe the whole top 10. Clueless about relationships doesn't even hit the top 20.
Target
Enemy's
shields
jump
erect.
drive is offline.
But we are making progress toward the next rank of aneutronic fusion. Damn it. I think I looked, and that's one of the ones that can't be remapped, like stand up during space combat, which I haven't done in a while.
Target's shield system is fried.
I'm going to pull Kryx's legacy from the records of your ship. You hear me, traitor? You're dead. Engaging Tango. Crimson Fleet. This is Commander Ikande of the UC Vigilance. Surrender and prepare to be boarded. Move in. Damn it, Neva. I needed more time.
Well, that's good news.
Emergency.
That was a pretty shot at their grav drive. Target shields are fried.
Nice Han Solo timing from Ikande there. Much appreciated. There's no red left on the HUD. What's still shooting? It's not the key itself, is it? No. Well, something just exploded, but something's still shooting at us. And whatever it is, it really hurts. Hello? Well, that's SysDef. No, seriously. Particle turret. I'm gonna need you to stop that.
All Crimson Fleet ships destroyed. SysDef,
Grav jump
secure
ready
the
and
perimeter.
at your
I
command,
want any
Captain.
stragglers rounded up for trial. Renegade, it's all up to you now. Moving.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Captain Jeff character flaw number 11. I am not going to feel bad about killing any of these people just because they thought I was their friend.
Good luck.
Likeable or not, they're all murderers. Or enablers of murderers.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
They are never going to let me live down the time I accidentally crashed into the eye, are they? And since we picked up Andreja's loyalty mission, we can't dismiss her, but I think that'll probably be okay. I soloed the previous fleet missions because I was afraid if I had to do something shady, it'd make her angry. And if I got caught, she might start shooting people I didn't want dead. But at this point, I doubt we have to worry about either one of those scenarios. Now, we did okay in space battles, setting aside that time I got swatted by a defensive battery that was designed to take out capital ships, but ground combat is much more in my wheelhouse. And with Detect Life, we shouldn't have to worry too much about ambushes. Don't get cocky, but basically, I am Death Incarnate, and I have come for you all. Anti-gravity field for crowd control.
Wait.
Take them down!
Poor reload management.
Well earned.
I just said don't get cocky.
I'm gonna kill you, snitch!
I think that was the last of them, but we're not even out of the docking hub yet. Who knows how many there'll be once we get into the station proper. I'm gonna hotkey Detect Life and Anti-Gravity Field. Probably should have done that a long time ago, but we haven't had a lot of situations where we needed both. We've either been trying to sneak around people we didn't want to kill, or in pitched battles where the enemies weren't waiting to ambush us. They were right in our face.
Okay, boy, show him what you got. I'm hit!
Oh, Neva is not going to be happy about that.
Ah, got my
curse you! Take your best shot.
Damage. All.
I mean, she's going to be a revenge-fueled rage monster in any case, but killing her girlfriend is the icing on the cake. Well, there's somebody else in ship services, though. And none of these guys are going to have ammo for my antique handgun. Maybe I should have made even more before we left New Atlantis. A bunch of people back in the depot. I'm guessing the gun shops aren't going to feel inclined to sell me any at this point. I thought I saw somebody else up on the balcony, but apparently not. But what nasty surprises are the vendors going to pull out of their inventories?
Do it again.
Don't worry, I'm sure I will. And we can't open that door. Well, the quest marker's back in ship services. Right. Jazz was in charge of maintaining the doors, so she's probably the one that locked everything down. But there is another way to the command center from up here, isn't there? I explored the whole station pretty thoroughly right after we got back from Suvorov, but that's been a while. But yeah, the command center should be right through here. And it is, but we can't open that either. Yep, remote door control. And now hopefully all of that will be open.
They're coming through the depot! Then let's light them up!
I don't think I ever took a close look at Andreja's weapon. What is that, a particle beam? And I don't think I actually looted anybody in the lobby yet. No, I didn't. Good night, sweet merchants.
Aludra, no!
God damn it! You're gonna pay for that!
We've got company!
The only problem with Detect Life is it's hard to tell when somebody's behind cover.
Never liked you, Rook.
Get down! I will.
We can still fend them off! Just keep shooting!
To a med pack. I know there's still somebody inside the gun shop. Radley Jasso. We found evidence about him the first time we were here, but we never met him. I assumed SysDef picked him up at some point. But apparently they didn't. Jeez.
Hold the line!
Had a little case of stormtrooper aim there. Looks like the next bunch is up ahead by Zuri's shop. Loot the bodies here before we press forward. Well, Zuri doesn't have to worry about the money Neva owes her anymore.
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
Uh-huh. Looks like the Trade Authority guy cleared out. He's willing to do business with them, but he wasn't willing to die for them. Reasonable, really. And another closed door, so I bet we can't get into the Reckoner's core. Nope. Which means we have to go through the bar, I suppose. Yeah, quest marker's on the door.
All right, everyone! Last call! Take them down!
Can't focus.
I didn't see anybody shooting her, but apparently they were. Not as many people in here as I expected. Where's that coming from? Samira. She's the doctor, right?
You can't hope to win.
Bogs down. It'd make sense if he had some really good gun to keep rowdy customers in line. Samira's being pretty cagey. I do like how the game sets this up. If you'd grown to like them, you'd be piling on the guilt. Samira's down. Physician, heal thyself. If you hate them, it'd be gratifying to take them down one by one. For Captain Jeff, it's more pragmatic. Kill anybody with even a shred of authority so the chaff have no leaders to regroup around. An old Earth shotgun, you say? Sweet. We're having that. I wanted one of these since we saw them in the Sublight Colony ship, but I was so happy with the 2311 that I thought it'd be rude to complain about them not giving us one. And now we have one. I don't feel bad about Bog or Samira, but I do feel bad about shutting down the bar itself. It really was right up my alley. I don't know who did the music, and I don't dare shut up and listen for fear of a copyright strike, but I really like it. A metal bar with sketchy customers and darts is 100% the kind of place I hang out in real life. And I've never found one with this kind of view. Need to use the terminal to open the other door that comes out in the Reckoner's core. And that's pretty cool, too. The tempo of the ambient combat music was almost exactly in sync with the jukebox for a minute. Probably just a coincidence, but maybe not. No, the core looked pretty empty through the bulkhead earlier, but don't be surprised if more enemies spawned out there while we were in here. Does med theft mean it heals damage to the player when you shoot enemies? Don't know, but 24K, even if we just sell it, it's worth taking. So was Andreja getting shot with this or with Bog's shotgun? I don't know, but focus. We might get jumped here.
You did this to me.
Shinya.
I can decrypt and re-encode thousands of credits in seconds, but something as simple as this, I didn't see it coming. Not in the slightest. And now because of you, my bomb's been activated. Which means I'm as good as dead.
Oh, good question. If your bomb has already been activated, why are you still alive?
Simple. If I step 1 foot outside of this room, I'll explode, and that'll be that. So either I wait here until I starve to death, or I walk away and end it all. It's the Crimson Fleet's idea of punishment.
Why are they punishing you? None of them saw this coming either. I mean, you asked for that bomb in your chest. You said it was empowering.
You're right, I did. But I never thought I'd be staring the reason for its activation right in the face. I've paid you well, treated you with respect, and kept trouble off your back more than a few times. Look me in the eye and tell me why you've allowed this to happen to me. You owe me that much.
No, I don't really owe you anything. Oh, unless I do. What exactly do you mean you kept trouble off my back?
As the fleet's reckoner, I didn't just deal with currency, I dealt with people. And some of those people target members of the Crimson Fleet and have them killed. We're not exactly welcome everywhere we go. Sending those people misinformation and clogging up their slates with garbage was almost a full-time job.
And you did such a great job. Like keeping those ecliptic marks at Galbank off my back, pal. Well, don't worry, I don't care about revenge. I just want to be clear that I owe you nothing. In fact, if you want to assign blame, blame Delgado for pushing the button to get it activated.
At this point, I can't blame Delgado for activating the bomb. If I was in his place, I'd do the same thing, without hesitation. Well, now that you're here, I don't expect that you'll stay and watch my rather spectacular ending. So why don't you just get out of my sight and let me die in peace?
You know, it occurs to me that if this guy dies, we might as well flush all the stolen money in their accounts down the drain. If he lives, there's at least a chance some of the people they stole from might get some kind of compensation. But just out of curiosity, if your bomb detonates, what happens to the key?
The bomb in my chest is expressly designed to punish me for my mistakes, not everyone else. The worst that could happen to the key would be having to wash my guts off of the walls of the core.
Makes sense. Good. But yeah, if there's any chance we can claw back some of the stolen money from the fleet's accounts, I think we should at least try. There must be another way out of this.
If there was another way, don't you think I would have already tried? Forget it. I'm done.
I'm not delighted about implying I see eye to eye with SysDef on anything more than taking down the fleet, or even that I believe showing mercy is how they roll. But there's no tab to exit option, and just killing him would be a wasted opportunity. I do promise that I'll do whatever it takes to deactivate that bomb.
After everything I just said, you'd still be willing to help me. I must be a complete fool. Because even though it makes no sense, I believe you. The only way to deactivate the bomb is through Delgado's computer and operations. You'll probably need his ID to get in. I don't know why you're helping me, but I sincerely hope this isn't another one of your tricks.
It's no trick, but help isn't exactly the right word for it either. SysDef seems like the kind of outfit that'd be all, torture is barbaric. We would never do that. We use harmless and humane electronic probes to extract your memories against your will. And, much to my surprise, no ambush. I guess that makes sense. Nobody wants to be around him when his bomb goes off. Can't get in that way. But there's another way in upstairs, right? Like through the crew quarters, maybe?
That is a wonder to behold.
No, that is the crew quarters. So through the gym and the shooting range? Yeah, that looks right.
I got this!
Don't know why I didn't have my gun out. I knew there were people back here. And there's a stairwell somewhere, but can we just use the elevator? More pirates first. Did somebody shoot an explosive tank, or are they throwing grenades? What was that? I think it was a gas canister. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if it's on purpose to suggest they're getting desperate. I mean, kudos for improvisation if that's the case. It looks like there's only one more left. Around this corner or the next one. And I want to be crystal clear about something. I have no illusions that appointing myself judge, jury, and executioner is justice. But nor is this about revenge for Troy and Calvert, or for kidnapping Heller and leaving him for dead, or even for compounding Lynn's fear of loss. It's prevention, pure and simple. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. And there are the stairs. Okay, maybe it's a little bit about revenge for traumatizing Heller and Lynn, but at least 75% about prevention. Dead pirates don't murder or traumatize anyone, and a defunct fleet doesn't recruit new pirates. Have we been in here before? Well, I don't remember looking at a suit. Is this what would be the player cabin if you side with them? None of that's really all that good. I mean, it's not bad, but none of it's as good as what I'm wearing. Okay, 50% prevention and 50% revenge, tops. Look, it can't all be about revenge because we'll never know exactly who was in on the second Vectera raid, and if it's about that, we'll never have closure. And it looks like there's only one person upstairs, presumably Delgado. Not sure why there was a loading screen there. But yeah, looks like the quest marker is on Delgado's office. And the security door is shut. Do we have to talk to him through the window?
Came back to finish the job personally?
Yeah, that about sums it up. I'm afraid my yes man days are over, boss. And I'm not sure it'd be possible to talk any sense into him at this point. Yeah, if you're implying that I'm here to kill you, you're right.
I've always treated you like one of the fleet. I paid you well, taught you the ropes, and still you're going to pull this shit on me? What the hell happened to you? You had Kryx's legacy in your hands, and you gave it away. For what? For honor? Justice?
Well, yes and no. Probably not in the cliched way you mean, but according to my own ethical compass, yeah. And I didn't give it away. I sent it back to its rightful owners, the Freestar Collective.
Yeah, sure. Like Ikande is going to shower you in credits for doing your duty like a good little toy soldier. Give me a break. You'll be lucky if he does any more than just pin a medal on your uniform and put your picture on SSNN.
Well, Ikande was right about one thing. You never were very good at reading people. Let's just say I did it for me.
Looking out for number one, huh? So you did pick up some of my dirty habits. Maybe I taught you too well. You know, when we were on Suvorov, I saw the potential for you to become a badass pirate. One of the best. And now you suddenly expect me to believe I have been fooled the entire time? That this was some kind of elaborate game you have been playing? No. No way. For once in your life, be honest with me. Admit that you were tempted.
Again, I wasn't tempted in the way you mean, but you're right that some of what I did came alarmingly easily to me.
Well, at least we know you are still human. It is obvious that no matter what I say, you have no intention of honoring our pact. You clearly never did. I have already locked down the key and set its reactors to overload. Soon, you, me, and everyone near this station are going to be vaporized. Let's see how far that loyalty to SysDef takes you now.
Okay, I need you to listen very carefully because so far you have not been. I have zero loyalty to SysDef or the UC in general. I was tempted, if you want to call it that, because Jasper Kryx was right about the problem, even if his solution went way off the rails. You need to cancel the overload.
And spend the rest of my life in the brig without a credit to my name? Why would I do that?
Oh boy. I really should have downed a supernova before starting this conversation. But our speech skill is maxed out, so go big or go home. I know you looked out for me when I was with the fleet. This is my way of looking out for you.
So you noticed. And yeah, believe me, keeping people from burying a knife in your back wasn't easy.
That said, if we're both gonna die, I think I'll come in there and torture you until you tell me who killed Troy and Calvert and terrorized Lynn and Heller on the second Vectera raid. Get a little closure before we blow up.
If anyone should be that angry traitor, it's me. But at least you're finally telling the truth.
No, we only need 1 point, but no easies. You're making this personal. It's clouding your judgment.
Part of it, yeah. But can you blame me? When I found out you stole the legacy, my mind went into a blind rage. So yeah, maybe this is the pride that comes before the fall. Fine, you win. Standing down the reactors. With the legacy gone, we're dead in the water anyway. But before you have Ikande lock me up, I'm gonna leave you with some parting words. Whether you know it or not, you're damn good at being a pirate. It's in your blood. One of these days, that's all gonna hit you. And I'll be waiting for you in my cell to tell you I told you so.
Honestly, Del, that's the closest you've come to reading me right so far. There's a good bit of overlap on the Venn diagram of UC laws and my personal code of ethics, but the parts that don't overlap could very well land me in hot water at some point. Now, do we use his terminal to disarm Shinya's bomb? Yes. Disarm bomb? Good. And I will never whine about persuasion skill being underpowered again. So I guess now we just leave.
So you disarmed the bomb. Then, per our deal, you can tell your commander I will come peacefully.
Good. So now we just undock and rendezvous with the Vigilance? So who's unaccounted for? Toft said they'd round up Kemp and Rokov, so they were presumably arrested. Ditto for Estelle.
Okay, hello.
The big one is obviously Hermaeus Mora. There's zero chance she was just killed off screen in the delaying action against the Vigilance. We'll be seeing her again before all is said and done, I'm quite sure of that. Why is the door closed?
Great job.
Are you okay?
At ease, soldier. I believe congratulations are in order. With this decisive blow, the end of the Crimson Fleet is all but assured. But as much as I'd like to begin this celebration, technically we're still in the process of wrapping up the operation. On that note, Lieutenant, what do you have for me?
Reports are coming in right now, Commander. Delgado and Shinya Voss have been taken into custody. Also, we've transferred personnel to the Key to secure the location until the United Colonies decides what they want to do with the station.
And what about Neva Mora?
According to our reports, Neva led the strike force that attacked the Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. It looks like she managed to escape. We don't know her current whereabouts, but I have our operations team looking into it.
That's fine. Overall, excellent news, Lieutenant. I have to admit, for the first time in 7 years, I don't know what to say. How about you? I know that was difficult. You hanging in there?
Are you worried that Neva Mora is missing? Mathis vowing revenge was almost comical, but she's one scary chick with a reputation for not taking betrayal well, and I just iced her girlfriend.
I certainly would have preferred to have reached a resolution regarding her whereabouts. After all, she was the fleet's second in command.
Just watch your back. I'm fairly certain she's not going to simply forget what you've done to the Crimson Fleet.
Let's not ruin the moment, Gillian. I'm sure our friend here is feeling quite pleased. Am I correct?
Not entirely, no. I'm neither guilty nor proud. I did an unpleasant job because it needed to be done, period. But I'm not a big fan of having to sleep with one eye open. So, I guess exhausted is the closest of these options to the truth.
I can understand that. The dual life you are leading must have been incredibly stressful.
Honestly, I have no idea how you kept it all together.
Well, let me let you in on a bit of a surprise. Something I've been working on for a while. I've twisted arms and cashed in some favors at Mast. I wanted to make sure you got a share of the money you recovered from the legacy. Call it a reward, a token of appreciation, whatever the hell you want. But you've absolutely earned every credit.
Eliminating the fleet is reward enough. But I will certainly not complain about the extra credits.
Well, as a rule, I wouldn't either, Andreja. But listen, that money isn't the UC's to give away to us or anybody else. It belongs to the Freestar Collective.
Well, yes, I believe it did. But even if the money is ever returned to its rightful owner, and I believe it will eventually, I'm sure they'd agree you deserve your share.
Nope. No. I believe and eventually are not good enough. The words I believe you're looking for are it will and immediately. I might grudgingly accept as soon as forensic analysis announced, but that's as far as I'm bending on this one. And I don't like the implied false modesty here, but it'd be up to the Freestar Collective to decide if I deserve a cut of their money.
That's ridiculous. While it's true you've made some difficult decisions, they were all for the greater good.
I think they should have given you more, but hey, who am I to judge?
Decorum, Lieutenant? Damn, I'm going to be really sorry to see you go. You've really become an important part of our team. It won't be the same around here without you.
Although, if you feel like staying aboard, I'm sure I could give you access to the SysDef mission board. That is, if you can stand spending another minute with us on the Vigilance.
I'm not sure I can, all things considered. I'll think about it.
No rush. You've been through a lot. I understand. If you change your mind, the Vigilance will be stationed here at the Key for a while. We have quite the mess to clear up. Anyway, enough talk. You've earned a break, and I'm sure you wish to celebrate. Here's your promised reward. And wherever you might find yourself, my best wishes travel with you.
Son of a bitch.
The commander seems happier. We have you to thank for that.
Great. Way to rub it in. I said in the intro I might have to eat my words. And sure enough.
A few years ago, the Crimson Fleet killed somebody close to me. I've thought about this day for a long time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Had to be done.
We did the galaxy a huge favor by ending the fleet.
I'm not arguing, but I'm still pissed about the money.
The mission board should provide you with any intel on fleet activity.
Well, nothing about the money, but what's going to happen to the key now?
Mast will have the ultimate say, but we've petitioned to have it refurbished for SysDef use. But first, we'll need to perform an audit of the key's overall condition. Most of the repairs done to the station weren't exactly up to standard. If the site is deemed not up to code, we're better off destroying it. That would also have political value, given the embarrassing history behind it. For now, we have a strike team dedicated to sweeping the area for explosives. Once they give the all clear, forensics will come in to gather evidence. After that's done, Then we'll start the audit of the station's condition. It's a process.
Wait. If the Crimson Fleet is basically destroyed, shouldn't SysDef be downsizing, not petitioning to open new bases? They're what you were created to fight. Except this gives the UC a big base on Freestar's eastern flank. Oh, every word out of their mouths makes this worse. I should quit while I'm ahead.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Some fresh air, mainly.
We really took it to those pirate bastards, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And now I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse.
The Crimson Fleet is no more. We have you to thank.
Okay, the grunts have the right idea. Focus on the positives.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Yeah, especially after you realize you've been massively played.
Pressure normalizing. Undocking complete.
All right, I'm going to call it a day and go hang my head in shame as promised. As always, thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have questions, suggestions, or noticed something I missed. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.